What is up, world? It is showtime, and you are in tune to the KnoItAllz podcast. And of course, you got usual suspects here, but you got a couple of other guys on the panel with us today, man. And I'm super excited to have my guys with me. First, let me say what's up to the chat. You guys have been patiently waiting. Thank you for being patient. Claude on his usual already per usual. B-Dirt had a hangnail he had to take care of. So, we had business we had to work out as well. But let me introduce a couple of members of our panel today. I'll start with the homie, my guy, B-Dirt. B-Dirt is one of the members of the KnoItAllz team here, and he has his own podcast. But I'll let him introduce himself, man. Say what's up to the people, B-Dirt.
Thanks, Mod. It's a pleasure to be over here. It's been a while since I've been on the KnoItAllz. I've just been hanging out at the Running Through the Jungle and the Steel Curtain Network, where some fantastic trolls recently. But I'd watch what you're doing now, Steelers fans. Quarterback situation giving me a lot of fun.
Yeah, put him in the Matrix right off the bat.
I can't do it, man. I'm not gonna do it. And of course, we got my guy, Max, man. Max, what's popping, man? He's from the Max and One podcast. I hope I got that right.
MJC Sports YouTube. Yeah, I appreciate. I'm a know-it-all for the day. I got the day pass. It's been a while. They don't love me anymore, guys. I used to be here all the time. They forgot about me, and I'm back for the day. No, it's great to be here. I'm excited for the mock draft. I'm excited for Mott to be a homer to the Texas kids. Excited for G to be a homer to the Ohio State kids. I'm excited.
That's trash. That's trash.
It's coming. I know it's coming.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Max, my MO is if I'm in front of G's pick, I try to poach whoever I think he's going to take next, regardless of what needs are. That's it.
He just take Sean's best available. Yeah. No, that's just G's. Yeah, 100%.
Hey, that's a hell of a strategy.
I love it.
I wouldn't say that.
We having
taking
fun
a backup
already, man.
quarterback for Burrow, so the Steelers don't have one.
That's a hell of a strategy, man. It works for me.
My gosh. Oh my God. But you know what you got to do, man. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those notifications. And we're here, man. We are here. G, tell them what they need to do, man, with them algorithms, man.
They need to get them algorithms up, man. I didn't even have my signs prepared, man, because I'm all over there in the live chat. Luke Cage.
Get the crayons out.
Hey, that's breaking news, Luke Cage, and that's legitimate. Breaking news is the Pittsburgh Steelers have a tentative agreement possible for Sam Darnold to become the new quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Plenty of ghosts in Pittsburgh he can come see.
Yeah, it's some madness going on right now, man. So we'll see. But that's why they call it free agent frenzy. I mean, listen, I got to say this before we get to commercial or our intro. This mock draft that we do could probably change within the next, what we say, 6-7 hours.
But by noon it'll be completely different.
Yeah, 12. You got 12 hours where this may or may not be really good.
I'll be honest with you. I think the top, let's say 6-7, are probably going to be pretty standard. Yeah. I think those top ones are going to stay with who the picks are. But the back half or 2/3 of this draft will look completely different tomorrow afternoon.
Absolutely.
Well, I disagree a little bit just because I think we're going to have some team we don't know about destroy the draft order, right? So everything's going to get thrown off just by the quarterbacks. So
you think somebody's going to jump up into that top 4?
I think so. If you're the New York Giants sitting at 3, what's the point? Let's just die. Let's just die as an organization. Let's hire a whole new regime if we don't even get the guy. So that's what I think. The Giants are the wild card of the draft because their butts are on the line. And we know this, as you guys have been following the NFL a long time. When there's a desperate GM and a desperate coach, craziness will ensue.
That is facts.
Craziness will ensue.
That is facts. Hey, y'all, we got a lot to get to, man, and we're going to get to this mock draft here. We're going to go ahead and go right after this. Peace. We are back. We are back. Look, I'm just going to tell you, this is how the draft looks right now. There may be some trades. The mock draft simulator is up to our right. Tennessee has the first pick. Cleveland at number 2. The Giants at number 3. New England has the number 4 pick. Jacksonville, Las Vegas, the Jets, Carolina, New Orleans, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas at 12, Miami, Indiana, or Indianapolis, Atlanta, Arizona, Cincinnati at 17, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver, Pittsburgh at 21, 22 would be Los Angeles Chargers, Green Bay at 23, Minnesota at 24, which, by the way, signed back Aaron Jones today. That is another
30 minutes ago
there for you.
We lost Max.
At number 25, we have the Texans. The Rams definitely are at 26. Baltimore 27. Detroit at 28. Washington at 29. Buffalo at 30. 31 is the Chiefs, and 32 is Philadelphia. Max will be back. We'll let him back in. We're going to go ahead and start the simulator, though. We're going to jump into it. Big G has the first pick of the draft. And let's see here. At pick number 1, Big G, who are the Tennessee Titans taking, man?
Listen, this was a lot of debate for me on the initial mock draft because, Tennessee's really been all over the place. But the one thing that we've heard consistently is that they're trying to get off the number 1 pick and go backwards. So to me, that signals that they don't want a quarterback. Because if you did, there's 2 guys serviceable at the top. So why else would you be trying to move back unless you're trying to fleece somebody? So knowing that, what I think, and I think that they're going to punt it down the road, build the 53-man roster up. Listen, I'm going number 1, Abdul Carter. Defensive end, edge rusher, 6'3", 250 pounds, Penn State University. I think he's a Micah Parsons type player. I think if the Tennessee Titans are not allowed to trade the pick, or they don't trade the pick, they do not draft a quarterback at 1, and I think they pick Abdul Carter.
Wow, okay. So we have
You see the panel went crazy.
0% chance that Abdul Carter goes number 1 to the Titans. Next.
Well, okay, all right. So we got B-Dirt. Well, no, let's see. B-Dirt, you're second. You're picking for the Brownies.
Yes.
Who do you think the Brownies are going to pick here at this second spot?
So I assumed, knowing Big G and knowing the Titans have a terrible quarterback, that he would have taken Shedeur Sanders there because I know he likes him more than Cam Ward. But he did not. So that means, should I take Shedeur Sanders here? I know he's falling in some. I think he's still more talented as an accurate passer. My issue is I don't think the Browns don't want that mess with the Sanders family. Let's just leave it at that. They've already called them out as a team by name. I don't want to deal with it. Give me Cam Ward as a quarterback. I got 1 more year of that trash contract before I can get out from under. I don't want to say that. You can't say you're going to get out from underneath Deshaun Watson.
Diddy, no doubt, bro.
But anyway, before we can move on from Deshaun Watson, I'm going to go Cam Ward, number 2 pick.
We got it in. B-Dirt goes Cam Ward. And with that, I don't even hesitate. There's really not a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, and I'm just saying, New York Giants are really thirsty for one. Now, and on top of that, let me say this. Real talk, Shedeur's already met the whole organization. Shedeur's met everybody from Dayball to the ownership and played catch with Malik Neighbors. So to me, this is slam dunk. We got Shedeur Sanders go to the New York Giants at number 3. We got you up next, Max.
No. I'm back up because I had to take Take's pick at number 1. Shout out to Tate family too. He couldn't be here, man. He had a wedding thing going on with his niece. Congratulations to his niece. So I had to pick number one. So he's probably furious at me because he probably would have took a quarterback. So I got forced to the last.
Everybody would have.
The number one pick. Yeah, I got forced.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I don't agree with the quarterback thing if you're Tennessee. I'm with you.
See, I got two on the panel that's with me, man.
Hey,
I got
real quick.
Well, I think if they don't,
wanted to make sure that this happened. Shout out to all of the wedding folk at Tate's house. Congrats to your niece getting married. That's a big thing, man. We're happy for that. Thank you. That's why Tate ain't here. He's somewhere stuffing his face, eating with the family. But go ahead.
I have a safe bet there, though, G, because if they don't take a quarterback number one, they're not going to pick number one.
Yeah. That's why I took Abdul Carter. If they're forced to, I don't think they take a quarterback, man.
They might have picked him at 3 if the Giants jump up.
Facts. And I think they're trying to do that. I really think that's what they're trying to do is force the team to jump up to get the quarterback that they want because they really don't. I think they're going to kick the can down the road. I don't think Tennessee wants a quarterback.
All right, let's talk about who the Patriots want.
So the New England Patriots have a new coach and Mike Vrabel, right? They also have what appears to be a franchise quarterback with Drake May. Vrabel's a defensive guy, but Vrabel's got to protect his investment. So I was torn between 3 guys. Do you take the offensive tackle to protect the investment? Do you take the wide receiver to give him a weapon because they have absolutely nobody over there? Or do you take the defensive dynamo that could do everything for you? Knowing Vrabel, knowing how he thinks, I think Vrabel takes Travis Hunter.
Oh, wow.
Wide receiver cornerback Travis Hunter at the New England Patriots at number 4.
Love it, man. Love it, man.
Wow.
So now we're on to Max here with the Jags at 5. Jacksonville Jaguars. Talk to us, Max.
Oh, if I'm Jacksonville, I'm just running up to the board. Give me Will Campbell out of LSU. We can't have another year of Trevor Lawrence questions if he's really the guy. So we have to find out right away. Let's start by getting him a left tackle / guard who can come in and be an all-pro type of guy straight off the bat. Will Campbell, run him up to the board. They have Liam Cohen. He's there to make sure Trevor Lawrence is the guy. Let's go get help for him.
Max, talk to me about this, bro. Like, why do we think Will Campbell is the guy here? And I mean, there's things that we hear about Will Campbell's arms being too short and all of that. Talk to me, man. Why Will Campbell here?
I'm surprised you didn't just phrase the question, why didn't you just take Kelvin Banks out of Texas instead of Will Campbell? But I'll answer it. Will Campbell's a tactician. He's, I've watched him. I've watched the reps. Some of those stuff he's lost. So, yeah, the short arms could be a problem. But, again, even if that is the case, you can plug him in at guard because we all know interior pressure is one of the most important things. Eagles arguably won a Super Bowl because of the interior pressure they were able to get along with the edge. This guy's the best offensive lineman in the draft. I take him. I run. If he's not an all-pro left tackle, we'll just put him at guard. He'll be Zach Martin for 10 years. That's valuable. It's too valuable. You have Liam Cohen, who's had a good offensive line in Tampa Bay. You've got to get Trevor Lawrence some help. Like if you're already tied to him, so we have to support him. Walker Little's not cutting it. Anton Harrison's not cutting it. And we've already seen this kind of trend where we can take these big left tackles. Evan Neal's going to play guard this year for the Giants. That's because Mekhi Becton with the Eagles. They're like, okay, now we can put these mammoths at guard and they can kind of withstand it. So that's what I'm going with.
I like it. One last question for you. They said, I hear the Jags are interested in Winston as the backup for Trevor Lawrence. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't. I would definitely think the last 2 years with injuries, Trevor Lawrence, you need to have a high-end backup. CJ Beathard can't get it done, and whoever other bums they have over there aren't going to get it done. And Liam Cohen, we talked about this last year with Miami. How do you not have a backup for Tua? Like, let's use our brains. We all know he's not going to play 16 games. Like, that's not a surefire bet. So get a good backup and go with it.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely right about that. Next pick is mine, and I'm in for Tate. This would have been where Tate is at. Well, we know one thing, right? We know that Las Vegas has went and got their quarterback. They traded for their guy. Geno will be their guy, which is so crazy to me. I never saw that one coming. That was like, wow. So now this is just a surefire bet. I mean, you know, the thing that he likes having, you know, a dynamic wide receiver, a quarterback who can get the job done, and a running back who, you know, it could be the load. So I think right here, they go Ashton Genty. And the Raiders.
No way.
Whoa.
It's a need on their board. I think Ashton Genty goes there.
Boom!
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Why don't you like to pick B-Dirt? I just want to hear from B-Dirt. Why don't you like to pick?
Hold on. It's not that I don't like the pick as much as it's not going to happen.
Facts.
They're not going to take him there. There's too much. They need to start improving their defense. When I think of Seattle winning, I don't think of dynamic wide receiver. I don't think of great quarterback. I think of the Legion of Boom. That's what Pete Carroll did, and that's what I think he's going to try and do here. I think he's going to take defense and try to stack the defense up here the first couple of rounds, then look for value in 3-4 for his running back.
Mason Graham would have been awesome for them. They need another interior guy to go with Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you get a rare combo of defensive tackles with him and Wilkinson. They both can get up the field and sack the quarterback. That's rare in the interior.
Hey man, the Quad Father said you high, man.
He said, listen. It's just my thought. Hey, it's our draft. You don't agree? I love it. I welcome it.
Can I ask you something about that pick real quick? If you're the Raiders and you take him, don't you just think we're the Giants in this situation with Saquon? We just don't have we don't have the offensive line or the weapons around him to support him. Yes. Like I feel like that's what would happen. Like I think we've learned you can have an all-pro running back, but you stick it behind the worst offensive line in football, it ain't happening.
So wait a minute. Like if you give a quarterback like Geno, the tight ends that he has two, right? He got
Myron
two tight
Bowers.
ends.
Myron Bowers, yeah, okay.
Right. So now you have a running back that you can put involved in play action, and that will give them a heads up. It's a need. It's a need on their draft board. They need a running back. Yes, this thing is deep, but if you have a chance to get him or Marion, I just think, you know, hey, we seen what Ashton Genty did. Of course, it wasn't in a Power 5 conference, but still in all, I think Ashton Genty's the guy there. But man, I'm gonna get off my pick. We're gonna go to B-Dirt. He's picking for the Jets right now. What are we looking at here, B-Dirt?
Well, I don't have much to say about this Jets thing. So what I'm going to use this time to do is just say, I got some insight about this Vegas situation as far as the offensive line. Last year, as a Bengals fan, we had the worst guard in football, according to PFF, which is who we're on right now. And guess what? The Las Vegas Raiders scooped him up for a 2-year contract. I mean, they're in a bad situation. Anyway, I'm torn here with should I draft who they probably will take and right the ship of this draft, or should I take best available for them? I think here's what I'm going to do. I think that the Jets here will take Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State, but I'm going to take Mason Graham. You ain't got to go nowhere. Mason Graham is who I'm taking.
I think Graham's the Aaron Glenn type of guy, and Aaron Glenn is, you know, he just had a defense decimated, so he was like, let's reinforce that defense. I don't hate the pick with Warren. I just thought you were going to pick Graham.
I did pick Graham.
He did pick Graham.
You picked Graham. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you picked. Oh, okay.
I think the Jets will take Warren. I'm taking Mason Graham if he's on the board.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, run that pick to the board if you're the Jets.
I think they'll probably knock people out of the way to the podium.
Yeah, 100%. Great pick.
Hey, I was going to take Graham with the Patriots, man. I'm telling you, but Travis Hunter is just generational, bro. That's the reason why.
An OSU guy taking a Michigan guy, that must speak volumes.
I got a couple other Michigan dudes I'm looking at too. So just hold your horses.
I mean, you guys can't beat them. So yeah, I guess.
I'm hoping if a certain one falls to 21. I'm hoping.
I got on my draft board for the Bengals too.
We got, if you look at who went already, we have Abdul Carter. Went first to the Titans, Cam Ward. Second to the Browns, Shador to New York. And we had Travis Hunter going to New England, Will Campbell going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ashton Genty going to the Raiders. And the Jets got Mason Grant on the clock, would be the Carolina Panthers. And this Carolina Panthers pick is Big G. Big G, take it away.
You gotta protect the investment. You're there. It looks like that they've settled in on the young fella from Alabama being their quarterback. Now, at that point, you got to do one or two things. You got to get him a wide receiver or you got to get him a tackle. I protect the investment. I get the tackle. I run the card to the table. Calvin Banks, offensive tackle, Carolina Panthers. I run it up there.
Whoa!
You protect this blind side. I think he's 1A and 1B as far as the left tackle is concerned. You got to protect the young man, Calvin Banks, man.
So
Calvin
let me
Banks.
ask you.
You could even kick him into guard, G, which is good about him. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
No, Calvin.
You might not
Banks
be able to see over him, but yeah, it's not bad.
Kelvin Banks is one of those guys who has played in the SEC, and not only
God,
that,
I hate that.
If you think about all of the defensive players that he's went up against, there's at least 5 first rounders, and he allowed only 1 sack in his whole career at Texas, which is crazy. So, G, I have a question for you. Why not Armand Mimbu? Everybody's going crazy about Armand. Why not Armand?
Because the tape, first of all, let me explain this. For y'all that's out there that don't really know, combine is about 15%. The tape is 85%. And if you look at the 3 guys, Campbell is the best tackle in the SEC. In a 3-year period, Campbell gave up 2 sacks. And he played against every best pass rusher or edge guy in the freaking SEC. Now, Banks only had like a year sample size, but he didn't give up no sacks either. So, listen, if I say Campbell's tackle 1A, Banks is tackle 1B. However, the kid from Missouri gave up a lot of sacks. Now, he's a super athlete. He's 330-something pounds. He runs a 4.9 240. Got arm length and everything else, but that does not necessarily translate into what you need at the NFL level to be able to block a guy. So I'm taking Banks over him, bro. Me.
Yeah. So go ahead, Max. I know you was about to say something.
No, I just want to say something. Not about more about the Carolina mindset. Are we sure that their stupid owner wouldn't take Shedeur right here if he was on the board? Are we sure he wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, first of all, it's crazy to say Bryce Young is the guy moving forward because through 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure all of us would have been like, he's a bust.
No.
And then he kind of climbed back and built himself back up. But I'm just saying, I agree with this pick. I could see getting more help for Bryce Young, but knowing their owner, right? Because at the end of the day, he has a say. Could you not see him going, oh, let's take Shedeur?
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. B-Dirt, you had a comment.
No.
Okay.
I had an itch. I scratched my head.
Oh, all right. So we're here. New Orleans Saints need prayer. I mean, if we had prayer as a draft pick right here, that would be where I would go.
It didn't really turn out that well when they took Tebow, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, I could see them taking Tyler Warren, number one, because they're about to lose their all everything gadget guy. He hadn't signed back, right?
No,
Taysom Hill, but that's what. Go ahead.
So
ain't no way.
And they had a tight end in my guy, I forget his name.
Juwan Johnson. Yeah, Juwan Johnson. Solid.
They had some promising in him. But man, they need a wideout. They need a wideout bad. I mean, Olave is still there. What's the guy?
How many concussions Olave had though?
I think both receivers are just made out of glass. So if you're going to go a receiver, you get one that's big and can stay on the field for 17 games a season.
Absolutely, and that's why I went with Ted. Ted is the guy here. I just feel like they need a wide receiver. I mean, but they need somebody to throw to the wide receiver. But that's another story. Hey, I just think they went Ted here. The next pick would be
wait. I gotta say this. B-Dirt. Yep. You realize now you got Pay's pick. Pay needs offensive line help. And the
Well, no,
top
B
three
Dirt
tackles.
I don't.
Who has it?
That's Max.
That's me. Oh, Max
Yeah.
does.
That's me.
I have Tate. I have Tate's pick.
Okay.
With the Bears, it's going to be tough because we've already seen them go super aggressive in getting Jonah Jackson. They got the other guard, Joe Thuney. I think we're all shocked was traded.
Yeah,
I mean, he was bad in the Super Bowl, but we know he's not a tackle. He's a guard.
He's playing out of position.
Correct.
Facts.
So we know we can speak for 3 out of the 5 positions. We know the left guard, and right tackle are all accounted for in Chicago. The left tackle is tough because last year, they picked Roma Dunze and we're thinking, oh, you should go tackle right here. And I think we all agree last year they should have went tackle. Roma Dunze's been a fine NFL player. That's not a question. But they desperately need, I think you could use a tackle right here. Oh, this is a tough pick because I don't think Ben Johnson, what's he going to do? I think he's going to go tackle. I think he's so used to having that stud offensive line where you've got literally 5 good starters. I'm going to take Membu. I think it's just time.
Ooh,
it doesn't. And here's the thing, guys. It doesn't take 2 teams to want somebody. If they fall in love with the guy, they're going to pick him. They don't care. Like, let's all remember when Detroit picked Jahmyr Gibbs. We all were like, well, that was stupid. You don't take a running back at 12. And what were we all saying like a year later?
Pro Bowl pick. Good
really
pick,
good pick.
That's what we.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, hey,
Junior.
like I said, Caleb Williams growing is more important than anyone they could pick this year. They could pick a Hall of Famer at running back or tight end. If Caleb Williams don't work out, it's all void. So we got to go with tackle. Let's go Membu.
We're at pick 10 and 4 tackles are gone.
Yeah. We all know what's going to happen. We all know the tackles go early because when's the last time you heard, oh, yeah, we got a great tackle in the 5th round of the NFL draft?
You don't hear
stuff like that.
You don't hear that at all. You don't hear that at all. We got B Dirt here for the 49ers, for the Niners. Talk to us, Dirt, man.
Well, you know what? I probably would have taken a tackle here if there wasn't an early run on them. I think they need to, shore up and get ready for retirement there with the 49ers. I also think they could use a little help. Edge and corner are 2 big needs. There's definitely some availability for both of those here, but because of this guy's versatility as an edge that can go also play linebacker and go in and out, I'm going to take James Pierce Jr.
That's
Tennessee.
Wow.
So
I honestly just wanted to ask something about him. Where do you guys have him on the board? Because the talent's there, but do you guys buy into the off the field stuff we've heard about? Like,
now that's what I was about to ask.
He's a nut
man.
job.
That was a good question. So, Dirt, what do you think about that? We've heard that he is not a character guy. He's just somebody who's great at football, but he's wild outside of the field.
Sounds a lot like Lawrence Taylor to me. Sign me up.
Hey, I don't know if Lawrence Taylor would make it anymore, man. I don't know if he made it.
As long as you got a little extra substance on the side, LT gonna be fit right in there.
Yeah.
But let me say this about Pierce, man. This is the deal. The deal is when you start hearing stuff about that and it's not necessarily substantiated, normally it's because an agent leaked it. Or there's certain teams that want certain players to fall to them. So I think Pierce, like Shador, you're hearing stuff leaked because it's really game. It's game because they want them to fall to them at a certain section in the draft.
It's so weird that they're calling out that Deion Sanders' son might be brash or arrogant. No. Say it ain't so. That's crazy.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
I mean,
he was rich the day he was conceived.
Not
born. He was rich the day he was conceived, not born, conceived.
I will say this. I like Pierce to the 49ers. If Mod picked Pierce next, I'd be like, uh-oh. This is just reeks of like Randy Gregory 2.0. Like you're out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah.
I know, just because, like, let's all be real. Dallas doesn't have the best track record with, hey, we're like a what's the word? Like, we're very stable, right? Like, you see guys with character concerns all the time in Dallas, and they get back into trouble. No shots. But San Francisco doesn't have that stink. Other than
and then they normally go from Dallas to Cincinnati. I'm very familiar with the whole thing, Max.
Yeah, I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't say that is a bad statement. Dallas is wild, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dallas is wide open. You got the Dallas Stars, you got the Dallas Mavericks, and you got the Dallas Cowboys. There's so many professional teams, and all you're doing is turning up. So if you get somebody like that and you put them in that environment, what you think they're going to do? We've heard these stories about Michael Irvin and Dion having these buses full of people that they were transporting. They hear them. It's
no, not people, women. Let's be specific. Women that they were transporting.
They had a whole harem that they were transporting to the game and had a house where they harem stayed. You know, it's wild in Dallas, man. And speaking of Dallas, Dallas is the next pick, and that is my pick. Listen, so
burnt orange coming up.
No matter what,
burnt orange is on the menu.
Oh, it's automatic.
Come on. This dude can take an Uber to Dallas. He doesn't have to.
Which one is it? Who from Austin is coming to Texas to Dallas?
We got Batman. We need a Robin, right? And I went back and forth with this, and I mean, honestly, all three of these receivers to me are interchangeable, right? All three of them. Matthew Golden, Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden are interchangeable to me. Both Matthew led in touchdowns in the SEC this year. Luther Burden wasn't nothing but a yak monster. But we do know that Emeka Egbuka is the leading receiver at Ohio State history, right? And we know that they've had dogs come out of there, right? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I ask myself, you know, honestly, who is the more trustworthy as far as wide receivers is concerned, and who is going to get, you know, hey, we need you to get some yardage. We need for you to do what you need to do. Man, I'm gonna go with Emeka Egbuka here, man, because of the fact that he's fast. He's got Matthew Golden's speed. But man, when you look at the history of those Ohio State wide receivers, they do what they do. I absolutely love Golden. Absolutely love him. But the edge goes to Mech here in this situation.
Can I just have you say one thing as we're talking about the pick for the Dallas Cowboys?
What's that?
Can you refer to Emeka Egbuka as the national champion?
No, it's not going to happen.
The Ohio State University Emeka Egbuka.
Honestly, I thought you gave that long-winded answer just to take Golden. I was like, okay, here we go.
I mean, Emeka, they say he runs a 4.4, but I'm going to tell you, the guy's a 4.38 guy. You know what I'm saying? Matthew's a 4.29 guy. But again, I'm looking at pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Matthew's faster. He's a home run. And I wouldn't have lost if to me, I don't think the Cowboys lose if you get Luther Burden, Golden, or Emeka. You don't lose.
I actually like Emeka the most for you guys because he adds a toughness to your team that it desperately needs. I think he's tough. He'll run block. He'll kind of just bring a little edge to the team that I don't think Burden or Golden bring. Those guys are more like finesse. That's more of the same of what you have. This guy's a different receiver. Like he'll block somebody into the ground, which I love about him.
Love it.
And he's professional.
Multiple mock drafts have Ashton Jenny going here.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Well, you know, those guys don't have somebody who take them at 6 like we do.
Yeah. Somebody over there drinking the Kool-Aid,
Well, in my universe, Dallas traded up from 12 to 6.
To get him.
Yeah. I like the pick. I like that pick. That was a good one.
Here we go. We got B-Dirt for the Miami Dolphins. Talk to me, Dirt.
Man, if this doesn't sound like a rerun, Dolphins could really use an offensive tackle, but the best one that's available out there on my board would be 4th place Big Ten finisher Josh Simmons.
Oh, national champion. Let's go, Bucks.
Oh, yeah, that too. But he did finish 4th in the Big Ten. He did finish 4th in the Big Ten. I just want that to be out there. So I think it's a little early for that. So I'm going to go to their next biggest need. I think they need some help at safety. I'm going to get Malachi from Georgia. Malachi Starks.
Oh.
Pick it in.
That's a good pick. That's a solid pick, B-Dirt. That's a solid pick. Solid.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I look at it, I love the pick. I think, Malachi Starks will help them out tremendously. And Dirt, I think, solid pick. Here we go. We're at the Colts right now, and this pick belongs to Max.
Me. Nuh-uh.
Adams just signed with the Rams.
Who did?
Who?
Who's that? Adams?
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams? Wide
Are you
receiver?
serious?
That's what
Let me see
FJ
it.
3000 said.
Let me see.
don't-
Go ahead.
I don't know if that's true.
Fact check.
Oh
that,
yeah,
G.
no. Ian Rappaport says Devontae Adams to Rams 2-year, $46 million,
Oh,
26
wow.
It's fine. It's final. That's a deal.
My God. that's a
Cooper
deal.
Cup. Cooper Cup's getting cut
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Who did you
Cooper-
take it? Who did you take for the Dolphins? I missed it. I'm sorry.
I took Malachi Starks.
Oh, Malcolm. Oh, that's that's Javon Holland replacement. Yeah,
Yep.
I like that pick.
I'm just
That's
saying.
breaking
Rams.
news. That's breaking news for Devontae Adams too.
Breaking news.
FJ 3000. Thanks for throwing that
Yeah,
in the
shout
live
out.
chat.
Yeah, shout out to you.
2-year deal, $46 million with $26 million guaranteed. Devontae Adams is the newest member of the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
I like
Breaking
his
news.
fit with Puka Nakua too, because Nakua and Cooper Cup were a little
Wow.
too close to similar
same
route
player.
trees.
Yeah.
and stuff.
I will say
Yeah.
though, they ask their receivers to block a lot, and that ain't Devontae Adams at all.
Yeah, facts. But they
He's
got that
definitely an
kid
upgrade
from
over-
Texas. They got that kid from
Yeah.
Texas. What's the one kid that played for him? And they signed a little bitty fella too. They just gave him a deal too.
Oh, Tutu Atwell, yeah.
Yeah, Tutu got a
So-
Tutu got a deal, and they got
So
that
I'm
kid
on the
from-
clock, or is it Big G?
You're on the
No,
clock.
go ahead,
I'm
Max.
on the-
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm on the clock. Okay.
You with the Colts. Yep.
The Colts, man, the Colts are in a precarious place. You know, Anthony Richardson. There's all this drama. I think they're going to go ahead and take what's a quarterback's best tight end. I'm trying to say tight end. I can't think of the word. Best friend, quarterback's best friend, tight end. You took Tyler. Did we
No,
take Tyler Warren?
he's
Or no,
there.
he's still there.
He's
Give me
there.
Tyler Warren.
That's a
Let me run
great
it to the
pickup
board.
for them.
I think
Yeah.
Ma,
great.
what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I've been telling Ma this for 30 days that Tyler Warren is going to the Indianapolis Colts.
They could
And I-
definitely use other things. It just depends. If they're going to invest in offense, you have to do that. If it's defense, give me a corner right here. Give me a corner. Or they don't really need an edge. They just invested in an edge. But yeah, Will Johnson's a great pick.
Yep.
Big G. So now we're talking about the Falcon. The Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. They need a wide receiver, edge, a linebacker, and a cornerback. Talk to me.
They
man.
need defense. They just need
Run the
defense.
card to the table. Will Johnson, cornerback, University of Michigan. You don't even freaking wait, dog. Sprint the card to the table.
Gee, there's
Will
no
Johnson.
edges you take. There's no defensive
way.
player. Like no one else.
Will Johnson in any other draft will be the number one corner. If you didn't have a generational Travis Hunter, Will Johnson will be cornerback number one. You run that card up there as fast as you can get it, bro.
They're
Will
just so
Johnson-
bad at pass rusher. They could desperately
They
use somebody.
desperately
Well,
needed a pass.
The guy who's sitting there that everybody's so high on, and I'm not high on, is Texas A&M's defensive end. That dude's tape don't say what he did at the combine. So buyer beware with Stewart, defensive end, Texas A&M. Buyer beware.
As Dredson said, Colts might take Dart and come back with Arroyo out of Miami in the second round. I don't think there's no chance that the Colts are giving up on Anthony Richardson at this place. So
Yeah,
taking
they're
Dart
gonna get
would
one
be-
more shot.
Yeah,
one more shot.
I don't think there's no chance. Arizona Cardinals is in here, and we got that pick would be B Dirt, right? Or is that me? Is that
Not
me?
Peter.
Okay, so it's me. The Cardinals need a guard, a tackle, and a defensive line. All the dang tackles are gone, right?
Josh Simmons is still there.
Yeah, but
They have Paris Johnson. He's solid.
yeah, so and they lost their offensive line coach there. So I don't think that would be the place that they would go, but they desperately need some help on the defensive line. And there's a dog sitting right there. He's a manimal. I don't think he falls any further than this pick. I think Kenneth Grant would be the guy that the Cardinals take and add him to their front. Next pick is the Cincinnati Bengals, and that would be B Dirt.
Dirt, he stole your pick. He stole your pick, dog. I know that was your pick.
He did not. He
Oh.
did not. I think this draft class of interior defensive linemen, I can get somebody round 2 or round 3. My concern right now is edge And linebacker. Our linebacker play was horrific for Cincinnati Bengals last year. Trey Hendrickson is actively looking for a trade right now. So I'm worried about our edge. But I also worried about our linebacker, and we don't play a traditional 3-4. The guy with the flexibility, and the reason why I'm going to take this pick, and it's probably an unpopular one, I think this is not who the Bengals are going to pick, but I take Jihad Campbell. Jihad Campbell is violent, and I've been saying that we need some of that to play in the AFC North. And I think he can bring that kind of mentality to our defense that we desperately need. And I'm just going to keep my fingers and toes crossed that we can get a guard and a defensive lineman edge rusher in the next, 2-3 rounds.
Breaking news. Pro Bowl linebacker Harold Landry III signs with the New England Patriots. 3-year deal worth $46 million.
That's Vrabel. That's Vrabel getting his guy.
Yeah, that's Vrabel.
That's a Patriot pick. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. So here we go. We have Big G. I think you're next for Seattle. Seattle got some needs, man. Center, guard, edge, linebacker.
Quarterback.
Quarterback as well.
How much further are we going to let Shedeur drop? I know G wants him at 21.
This is the place that Shedeur should come off the board. This is the place where he should. Breaking news, and that's why I paused awkwardly. The Houston Texans are in negotiation to trade for DK Metcalf.
I said that earlier.
Oh, that's such a good trade.
Breaking news. I just saw it.
Said that earlier. We said that earlier that, that's a place for him to go. That's a destination, and that's where he wanted to go. DK requested the trade to the Houston Texans. I want to tell you, man, that's a spot. That's a spot.
Him and Nico, good fit.
Yeah, oh my God, with Kirk, Christian Kirk.
Yep.
It gets ugly.
Get Christian Kirk, absolutely, Brian. They got Christian Kirk.
What a picture, Brian.
And listen, they're in negotiation right now. So this free agent frenzy is going to be bananas. So, all right. So I got to go focus back on Seattle. DK leaves.
No quarterback.
Tyler Lockett leaves.
Got no quarterback right now.
You got JSN. You got no quarterback.
Oh, we already took Shedeur. I'm sorry. We took
Seattle.
Shedeur. I'm sorry.
Where'd Shedeur go?
He went to the Giants. Someone picked him for the Giants. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
The Seattle Seahawks select wide receiver Matthew Golden, University of Texas.
Wow. I thought Ahmad was the Texas guy.
Yeah, they by losing DK and Tyler Lockett, now you get your future with Jackson Smith-Njigba and with Matthew Golden.
Wow.
Yep. So let's look at this full draft right now. We got it so because we know who went. Abdul Carter's gone. He went first to the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward went to the Cleveland Browns. Big G, take the rest.
Shedeur Sanders third to the New York Giants. Travis Hunter to the New England Patriots. Will Campbell, offensive tackle LSU, to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ashton Jeanty, big trash pick at the Las Vegas Raiders, number 6. Mason Graham, defensive tackle for the New York Football Jets, goes to New York Football Jets. Calvin Banks, offensive tackle, Texas, goes to Carolina. Ted McMullen, wide receiver, goes to the New Orleans Saints. The Bears draft Mabul, the offensive tackle from Missouri. Pierce, defensive end, edge rusher to the 49ers. Emeka Buka, wide receiver, goes to the Dallas Cowboys. Who is that, right? Malachi Starks, safety, goes to the Miami Dolphins. Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State, goes to Indianapolis Colts. Will Johnson, cornerback, University of Michigan, goes to The Atlanta Falcons, Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of University of Michigan, goes to the Arizona Cardinals. The Cincinnati Bengals select Jade Campbell, beast mode inside linebacker out of Alabama. Matthew Golden, wide receiver at pick 18, goes to the Seattle Seahawks.
I'll tell you one thing. Better never let G call your name on a card, because he's gonna mess that thing up all the way. He's gonna tear that thing up. All the way up. Yeah, listen, Brian said the Hawks got the worst interior line in the NFL.
They absolutely do.
Wow.
But they're not gonna take Booker, the guard out of Alabama. They're not gonna take him, not there, not at that spot.
Yeah, so we have Tampa Bay's pick, and that would be Max, man. Tampa Bay needs an edge, linebacker and the defensive
it's
back.
easy. I hate to go burnt orange to burnt orange. It's Jade Barron. They are so desperate for a corner. They traded Carlton Davis away. Jamel Dean's banged up. They have good safeties, but they desperately need someone who can cover. Jade Barron, run it to the board. Easy peasy.
Tim Lyons said inside linebacker to the Bengals.
He also plays edge. It's also because of where all this is falling and who's going ahead of me. I don't think that's who we're going to take. If I had to sit here and say who the Bengals take at our pick at 17, probably Shamar Stewart, edge out of Texas A&M.
I think it's just defense for the Bengals. It has to be defense. If they don't sign T. Higgins, it's got to be defense. It's got to do. You got to give Joe Burrow something.
He's more of that. I think he can play the Joseph Osai and run around a little bit, and that if they need somebody in the middle, he can go back there.
Kind of like a Zach Bond. I mean, not to be an Eagle homer, but like that's Zach Bond game.
Yeah. Pratt is going to be out of there. I expect him to go to the Indianapolis Colts. Follow Lou over there. So that's where I think that makes sense. Do I think that's who we're going to get? Nope. But that's where it led me in this mock draft.
The fan man said Dan Campbell and Sean Payton work one out here. Lions trade up to 20 and add Mike Green. Well, listen, if we were doing trades, that would be a perfect one. I think that's nice. I think it might even work. But here at this place, what I heard and all I keep hearing Sean Payton say, that and the running back and the tight end, as far as the Chargers, all I've been hearing, excuse me, did I say the Chargers? I mean,
the Broncos.
The Broncos.
Yeah.
But I keep hearing him talk about, adding his ace wide receiver or his ace offensive player here. And I think wide receiver is where to go. Honestly, when you think, they still got some guys over there, but I think those guys are going to be on the block. They've had them on the block for a while. G been having these boys traded every week. You know what I'm saying? So
get them up out of there. Get them up out of there.
Cortland Sutton and what's the other guy? Jerry Jeudy.
They have Marvin Mims. They have a couple other guys too.
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, I think.
No, he's on Cleveland.
Oh, he's gone already? Yes.
Yeah, that bum's on Cleveland.
Yeah, I think what you'll end up seeing is a Luther Burden type player being over there at Denver, and I'm going to go ahead and get him off the board for the Denver Broncos.
That's a good pick. I ain't mad at that pick.
The next person up here is Steelers. Big G. What we looking at?
All right, so let me say this. In Big G's mind,
if y'all get Sam Darnold,
I'm just saying, in Big G, in my mind, in a perfect world, I would trade Minka Fitzpatrick. Ooh. In a perfect world, I would trade him, right? And then if I traded Minka Fitzpatrick, Nicky Umanura would be my pick, safety out of South Carolina, right? Because I can't afford to let that kid get to Baltimore. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, 4.38 40-yard dash, 43-inch vertical jump, 11.6 standing broad jump, and you put the tape on and it matches. So it's like, dude, you can't afford to let that dude get to Baltimore. But it's not. They're not going to trade Minka, right? So I got to do something to help the defense. I got to do something to help free TJ Watt up. I got to do something to help Cameron Hayward. Give me Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, University of Oregon.
Wow.
6'4", 330 pounds. They're comparing him to Chris Jones, dog defensive tackle. I think he looks different on tape, man. So that I go with.
So
him.
you just pass up, totally ignore the wide receiver position.
That's what. That's the shocking thing to me is you guys need help on offense. You can make the playoffs if your offense was anything but crap. You can win a playoff game.
Yeah, I think they go heavy in free agent market on wide receivers, bro. I think they go heavy in free agent market there. And I think in the second round, they possibly could be looking at a kid like Higgins. They possibly could be looking at the wide receiver out of Stanford. I think maybe even in the fourth round, maybe fifth, they look at Thornton, wide receiver out of Tennessee. They look at the wide receiver out of Louisville. There's some guys that you can look around. One of that Beck kid out of TCU. There's some guys you can look around and get a guy. But based on Golden, Burden, Emeka, those guys going Tech, all those guys going, they got to go. They got to go. You got to go defensive tackle.
So who's Watson? He said Seattle will sign Watson.
Talking about
Randy.
Talking about this.
Randy Watson.
Talking about Deshaun Watson.
It can't be Deshaun.
I wonder. It's. Yeah. I mean, I don't like that pick, G. I have to be honest with you. I think you guys got to do something on offense. He's not bad. He's a good player, but it's just don't line up.
The three guys that I had the choice of right here was Nicky Umanura, Harmon, and Omarion Hampton. Those were the three guys I was looking at. And I think Omarion Hampton is closer to being able to get other guys. So like a Quinshawn Judkins, Travion Henderson, a Rock Sanders.
There's those scarlet colors showing.
Yeah. So
national champions.
National champions. Let's go Bucks. National champions. But
God, whose name is that?
Hey man, somebody is trolling me, bro. Somebody trolling me. I don't know. Somebody
that's crazy.
Somebody trolled me, bro. Somebody trolled.
Oh my God.
So next up we have the Chargers, and I think this is my pick, right?
Yeah.
We right?
No, the next. Yeah, you are 22 Chargers. You're correct.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
So we're looking at the Chargers. My brother don't think I listen to him at all, right? One of the things that I thought, and I just knew, I've said in my mind, if Loveland is available here, this is exactly where he's going to go. He's going to go to Loveland. But, they need help at running back. They need help at running back big time. I thought about Loveland real hard, but when we're looking at the value here, the guy that's on the board, who's the guy, and his tape, we talked about tape earlier, his tape matches, that's Omarion Hampton. And I think Omarion Hampton's off the board right here. He's a dog. He's a workhorse. You can spare your guy that you have there already. He's had so many injuries, right?
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, you in the running. Let me tell you like this: in the NFL right now, you have to have two running backs. Period. Point blank.
That's facts.
You have to have two dash. You got to have two running backs at least. And if you don't have two running backs, you're hurting yourself, because a lot of the mesh concept, a lot of the 12 concept, it's there. You're running 12, 11-man personnel, and then the mesh inside of the 12. So you got to have a good running back. You got to have at least two of them. So that's why I went on Marion. Max, what's on your mind, man?
We just have a top 5 quarterback in terms of talent, and we're not going to help him out with a pass catcher. That's what I disagree. I think you just take Loveland to the board. He helps the run game. He helps the pass game. He's the better player, in my opinion, for them.
Yeah, you and Dresden think the same. I think the same as well, but in my mind, I would go running back to take pressure off of the quarterback. You get a running game.
Well, I'm not saying they just had that, though. They just had that, and it just
but J.K. Dobbins is not. Yeah, you got to understand. J.K. Dobbins is not going to be your every down back. you need to spell him. Period. Point blank.
No, I get that, but I'm saying they were good at running the ball last year. They couldn't throw the ball at all. Like, we can't have Lab McConkey again as a number one weapon. He's a great Robin, and that's what I'm like. That's why I got to help out. I'm a Herbert, so I just got to help him out.
Yeah, we got to pause for the cause, dog. We got to pause for the cause.
Definitely take a break right here. We'll be right back. G, walk us to a commercial, man.
And we appreciate everybody rocking with us on the KnoItAllz Live Mock Draft 1.0 Sunday here on YouTube. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are desperately moving towards 1K subs. So as we pay our bills, we get a word from the sponsors. Pause for the cause. If you're watching us on YouTube, we'll be right back. Wherever you get your audio podcasts, Apple, Spotify, and or Google, we'll be back with the KnoItAllz.
And we are back. Couple of comments here. He said, what's up, family? First time checking this out. Always watch Pump Your Brakes and the homies. Thank you, Mr. McNair Jr. Appreciate you, bro. Dresden, you are Dresden, you own it, man. Stud tight ends and superior safeties, nets for the quarterbacks. I love it. I love the statement. The fan man says Devontae Adams to the Rams with Stafford sounds wild. If only it was 2 years ago. Facts.
Hey. No Matthew Stafford slander. That guy is still elite. Adams is washed. Leave Stafford alone. Come on.
Wow.
That's my guy.
That's fair.
All right, so the pack right here, man. B-Dirt is picking for the pack. He's been in you can watch him, you can see him just ruminating over this pick. I can tell him he got a good one for us, man. So talk to us, Dirt.
Yeah, I think we could go corner here, but I don't think the value is there. So I think the next most important thing for the Packers here, shoring up that defense, is to get some edge pressure. So I'm gonna go Michael Williams out of Georgia, because I like his build versus he's more of a 265 to 70 pound, a little bit bigger edge, and I think that plays well for their defense.
Over Mike Green, who's 6'4", 248.
Yes, and the reason why, Mike Green has been very productive for 2 years at Marshall. I didn't see enough for me to place the 23rd pick on him on a team that the Packers don't need a low floor, high ceiling player. They need to get a pick right, and I think Michael Williams gives them a pick that's right.
That's facts, Peter.
It's tough for Georgia guys because they're not allowed to just pin their ears back and go. They old band, hey, keep the tackle up, let somebody else make the play. Mike Green's just all gas. Let him go. Mm-hmm. That's what I don't mind the pick. I still would go Mike Green because I think they need a home run. They don't need a double or a single. But I don't mind the pick. I like the logic you use. That's what I'm trying to say. I like it.
Okay, so right here is
this is me.
This is you. This is your pick.
Yeah.
I think this is a weird pick, especially for them, because it just depends so heavily on Sam Darnold, excuse me. If they sign Sam Darnold, but to be honest, if I'm them, I'm letting him walk. I start JJ McCarthy and I just run it back and we just add somebody. Now we don't need Mike Green, we don't need Josh Simmons. We need a big body in there who can just kind of wreak havoc, right? I'm going Walter Nolan. I like him at Ole Miss. Walter Nolan's the guy.
Hey, that's a big. Hey, listen,
I like him.
We need some guys who just aren't going to get ran over when we play teams that can, they're great when teams aren't prepared for them, right? Because once they pick up the blitzes of Flores, it's tough for them to play defense. We need somebody who doesn't need, we don't need to scheme up pressure. We just need you to pin your ears back and go. That's what they need.
Walter Nolan is like a legacy defensive tackle for the Vikings. When the Vikings are at their best, they have a dog defensive tackle. When they're go back through their history and look at them. When they got a dog at DT, they're problems. They are problems, man.
You're right.
So,
You're 100% right.
This fits legacy, bro.
John Caldwell said Brian Flores with Mike Green will be something.
That's facts.
It would, but you just can't invest in another guy in that. You just drafted Dallas Turner, who didn't do anything for you as a rookie. There's not time for Mike Green now.
Yeah. Sir Claude Bishop said, Sir Bishop would like to know if 10 running backs will be drafted in the first 2 rounds.
10 running backs will be going by pick 66, Claude. So you just get ready to donate your $25 to my super chats and make sure you make it happen for me. And I like crispy $1 bills too, Claude.
Technically, pick 64 is the end of the second round. But
we bet 66.
Oh, 66?
Me and Claude.
I bet you're gonna be sweating bullets.
Oh no, because 2-3 of them gonna be off the board by the first round. And day 2, once everybody's resets and the dust settles, they're gonna run them running back cards up there left and right at the beginning of the second round.
Pat Williams was a beast. Actually, we went to
Kevin Williams too.
We went to Navarro Junior College together. So
mine actually did go to JUCO with him.
A killer, absolutely a killer.
Hey, Kenneth Grant asked who was the defensive tackle, who did the Steelers pick at 21? We took Derek Harmon, man, defensive tackle out of Oregon.
All right, so it's a great place to.
It was Kenneth McNair. That was a Freudian slip by you saying Kenneth Grant. But go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So here we go. We'll start.
I'm sorry. No disrespect.
Because you wanted Kenneth Grant.
You
took the next guy.
I did. I really did.
We'll recap from 17 and B Dirt.
Champion. That's right, Max.
B Dirt. Recap from 17.
All right, 17. We had Jahad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama to the Bengals. 18, the Seahawks take Matthew Golden, wide receiver Texans. No one to throw it to him. The 19, we have the Tampa Bay Bucks take Jahdae Barron, who I wanted. The Broncos at pick 20 took Luther Burden III, wide receiver out of Missouri. 21, we have the Steelers, Derek Harmon, as G said, defensive tackle out of Oregon. 22, the Chargers. I feel like at this point in time, Mod is trying to outsmart the computer. Amari and Hampton here instead of Colson Loveland. At pick 23, the Green Bay Packers take Michael Williams, defensive edge rusher out of Georgia. At 24, we've got the Minnesota Vikings with Walter Nolan, defensive tackle out of Mississippi. And now we have the Houston Texans on the clock, which is me.
Yep. So let's talk about it. We know that DK is they're in negotiations to trade DK to the Texans.
Checks out the need. Hold on a second. Got it?
Yep.
All right.
So
that was convenient, by the way.
Very convenient. So
listen, this wouldn't have changed my pick. I want you to know that right away.
Okay. So right now you're looking at center, guard, and defensive interior. So talk to me, B-Dirt. What are we looking at?
So listen, CJ Stroud didn't regress from year 1 to year 2 because Stephon Diggs got hurt. It wasn't because he needed one more wide receiver. It was because he had pressure up the middle in his face constantly, which was disrupting his vision and chasing him out of the pocket all day long. Can't operate like that. CJ Stroud is a pocket passer that has great accuracy and a high IQ. So give me the best guard in the draft, Tyler Booker, 6'5", 321 out of Bama.
Man, so you ran up there with this pick. Like you already knew. Okay. Yeah, I like it. And I think there's something to say about they fired their OC, who, let's not forget, a year ago was a hot name in the coaching hires, Bobby Slowick. And to fire him 1 year later, I think it said more about them than as Slowick and their offensive line than it does about CJ Stroud. I'm with you. I'm with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it was either Josh Simmons or him. I mean, either way, I'm getting somebody to protect Stroud. Somebody got to be at that spot.
I love it. It said Biggie Bronco, but didn't Sean Payton also say lead people on last year about quarterbacks and then tell him one thing and looked at another.
Did not tell you that, Mont?
That's all.
Didn't I
That's
tell
all
you that?
NFL teams. That's every NFL team throws smoke screens. That's part
Yep.
of the game.
Yeah.
You know.
Tim Lyon said Seattle has lowered its want for DK now, so I don't think that they're shooting for a first.
Oh, no
It's
one
a
was going to
second.
give them a first. No one was going to give them a first.
Thank you, Max. I mean, nobody's getting.
I mean,
nobody is.
if he had a cheap contract, yeah, but they have to pay him. They
Yeah.
have to pay him. Not happening.
Yeah.
It's a second and maybe a pick swap later on down the road.
Correct. I'm with that.
Kenneth McNair said Stroud got killed last year. He did.
100%.
He did.
100%.
S. Dresden said Harmon concerns me against the run.
Not me. Not when you put the tape on. What Harmon concerns me with is injury history. Harmon his whole time, because remember he played at two different schools, but Harmon never played a full season. He always had a little nagging injury. It wasn't soft tissue, but it was a nagging injury here or there. But I think at the NFL level, he's going to become a pro. And who else can't help you more than Cam Hayward? You put Harmon next to Cam Hayward, he's going to figure it out. Look at Jay's upper teeth. Look at him.
Jay's
Yeah,
upper
but dude,
teeth.
you guys got some weird fans. You got G's beard, Jay's upper teeth. What's next?
up,
Max's
Jay?
hairline?
Yeah, he said,
Possibly.
Big G, I would take the generational safety at 21 and then the fifth best DL.
Hey, listen, I'm letting it be known. Minka's on the block, dog. He's out of there if I'm the Steelers GM. And we draft Nicky Umanyor. I'm letting it be known. I've been saying it for 2 weeks on every podcast platform I've been on. Nicky Umanyor is a generational dude, dog.
Tim Lyon said, Fields to test free agency. Just
Tim,
hit the news.
you late. He's been saying it for the last 48 hours.
And Kenneth
Stop
said,
trying to troll. Get
Didn't
out of
we
here.
already know
But-
that 2 weeks ago?
Matter of fact, Mod, can we put Tim in the Matrix, please?
No,
Can we
Tim
please?
doesn't.
Yes, let's go ahead just
Why?
one
Leave
time.
Tim
Let's put him in
alone.
the Matrix.
Hey, leave
Let's
Tim
put him in the
alone.
Matrix this one time for me, please.
Hey,
Put
Tim,
him
if you
in-
don't want this harsh treatment, come check out MJC Sports YouTube. We ain't going to treat you like that. We'll treat you even worse.
I end up exactly. It's gonna get worse over there. Put him in the Matrix.
Yeah, oh yeah, that absolutely is gonna get worse for me, man. Because I'm not allowed. I can't curse. I can't say anything crazy right now.
Please,
I'm on my best.
please put
I'm
him
on
in the
church behavior.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. So we're getting to the Rams, man. So wow, they just helped themselves, offensively with a wide receiver. They need a linebacker, they need a cornerback, they need a tackle. Is Higbee good enough at tight end?
No,
Do we-
he's
No.
They're going trenches or tight end. That's it. But I don't. Colson Loveland ain't gonna be here because you messed up the whole mock, taking Genty to start with, and then
Al
Loveland.
Spartan
you
the
missed.
computer.
Now,
I
actually, this is where I think Mike Green gets out of the green room.
No
No pun
way.
intended.
Why?
Stop
They're
that.
not.
Stop that. That's trash.
Hold on, can I finish? I ain't even finished my whole thing. I said this is where I think Mike Green gets out the green room. But if I was them, I would
Okay.
go ahead. If I was them, I would go ahead and pick Josh Simmons at tackle
National
to
champion.
kind of help somebody because he's a statue back there for me. And the quarterbacks are different.
Fourth place, Big Ten.
That's coming out that are coming
National
out in this
champion.
day.
National champion.
But yeah, I definitely want to protect him because they got some weapons. He gets some time. They're going to be all right. They got a running game. They can definitely run the ball. He can get the ball down the field if he has protection. So therefore, I would have went with a tackle. Although I think Mike Green would get up right here and they would go best available. But my pick was the tackle out of Ohio State.
National champion for sure.
I can't even listen. You guys go on y'all's y'all go on y'all's rant before y'all make picks. I said 2 words. Everybody got up.
No. Come, you have a history.
The
You're
whole crew
you're
called you,
one.
dog. Yeah, the whole crew got you on that one.
Because
We
you-
all see it.
I feel like we changed the pick. I feel like
Have
the
you ever
pick was
heard the
changed when we
story
all
of
had
someone
up.
crying wolf? That's
I did.
why,
Yeah.
man. That's why.
Facts, Peter.
I
Facts.
didn't change the pick. I just said in my mind it makes sense for Mike Green to go up there. But I think
Mike Green
they
doesn't
would
have
do-
to wait
Mike
long
who?
because Mike Green's
Yeah.
going off the board with
Yeah.
my pick at the Ravens. Mike Green's off the board. They desperately need someone who can be dynamic as an edge rusher. You think about Baltimore the last couple of years, it's all like pressure designed by schemes. Like, when do you see their edges win that much? Not really. And that's
really the only
desperately
thing they need to take that defense to the next level, Max.
That's
Correct,
facts.
100%. They got the
facts.
safeties. They have the linebacking. They have interior guys. Odafe Away is cool, but he's not no game changer. Mike Green could be a game changer, and that's why you have to swing for the fences.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely agree with that.
I love it.
Great
So that's
pick.
the pick.
Great pick.
That's the pick right there. That's the pick right there. So we have before we go to the next one here, let's go ahead and get a commercial break. G, walk us to a commercial break.
Man, thanks again for rocking with us. We're going to pause for the calls and pay these dang on bills. Wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, and Google. We'll be right back with the KnoItAllz podcast.
And we are back. We are back. I love my guys here, man. I love doing this with you guys. Y'all should have seen it. That was epic. Everybody, B-Dirt got out of his seat.
We all crashed out.
I had to go take a walk.
Yeah, we
Everybody
crashed out. That
was
would have been
crazy.
so
Y'all thought-
terrible.
Yeah, I had to get some water, man. Mind you,
Everybody
had me,
thought I
he was
was
over there tripping. He was over there tripping, man.
Honestly, I've been doing this the whole time. I've been giving y'all my reasons, what I want to do, but the reasons why I think that they should go this way. And
you gotta tread
literally have
lightly,
to-
though. You gotta tread lightly, though, Mod. Tomorrow's a school day. I can't be drinking tonight. You can't drive me to drinking.
Hey, listen, that boy was looking for that bottle quick. You hear me?
Oh, my
He was
God.
looking around like, damn, is it in the room?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
I love it though. I love my guys, man. Look, so this next pick is the Lions, and that is B-Dirt. What we looking at, man? They need a center. They need a guard. They need an edge.
How
and they
how
need a
does hold
linebacker.
on. How do they need a center? They have the best center in football.
Facts.
We need
Facts.
guard.
Facts.
We need guard.
They desperately
Facts.
use a guard for sure, but yeah, they don't need no center. Come on.
Hey,
Come on.
that's what PFF is saying.
That's why I
yeah.
told you people.
They got the
wait a minute.
script.
Hold on, Max. Hold on. Wait, Mod, don't you move from right there. Max, I want you to be, you haven't done this on the show. I want you to pick a sign, Max.
Listen, Mod, it's
Pick a
edge.
sign, Max. 1 through 5. Which one you want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick a sign.
Two.
2 sign is PFF is trash.
Upside down trash.
PFF is trash.
Spilling
Oh, it's
trash.
trash, bro. PFF is
PFF
trash.
is
Get them
just
out of
like-
here. They
Take it with a
trash.
grain of salt.
They trash. Get
Did
them
they
out
all
of
say
here, bro.
trash?
No, they
No,
don't.
they're all different stuff.
Oh, no, yeah,
There's
I was
different
saying
levels
they
to
all-
trash. There's different levels. And
So-
PFF is
so
definitely
Mod-
trash.
Edge, guard, defensive line, cornerback would be where I'd go top 4 needs. And here's again, you're looking at more of a 4-3 defense. Max, I'm gonna do it again here. Probably take somebody that you wouldn't take, but I'm gonna take him because he fits their defense a little bit more. He's had some, does he play hard all the time kind of moments. I think somebody called him Jane and not Tarzan in here earlier.
Oh,
But if you put him with Aiden Hutchinson, I think he learns how to be a dog. Give me Shamar Stewart.
No,
Edge,
I
Texas
like
A&M.
it. I like it. I don't necessarily love the player, but like at least you're like, okay, we have an edge. We need edge. Let's not take a receiver. Let's not take a quarterback right here. Let's not take Jackson Dart. No, I'm with it. I don't love the player, but at least I'm like, okay, I get it. I
think he
like
fits
it.
their defense, and
Yeah.
I think that working with a pro like Aiden Hutchinson and his work ethic coming back from an injury, I think that can rub off on people. You know what I mean? It's a good Dan Campbell and that culture. I think it's a good
you
place
can't.
for him to go.
Yeah, you can't take a play off with Dan Campbell. He'll be in your face MFing you. Yeah, like there's no way.
Yeah.
Big
I like
facts.
it. I like it.
That's big facts.
The fan man said they need the best defensive end on the board with Zadarius walking out today. No need to talk about it. Just take it. Just take Donovan and move it along.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think Shamar Stewart's going to fall this far. Like, I think people will fall in love with him because again, we don't have the chance to interview these guys. Like, if we're all GMs and we interview them, we're like, oh, we love them. Like I say, you don't need 2 teams to love you. You just get one team, they'll take you.
Right.
Like, I didn't like Chop Robinson last year. I was like, there's no way he's going to go in the first round.
and
Miami,
No.
oh no. Come
It's a
on.
dog.
Yeah, he did.
I like Donovan too, but he's 6'2", 245. I'm taking somebody that I think fits their defensive mold a little bit better.
Yeah,
and I
I'm
like
with
that. I like that pick. I like that pick. A lot of times, scheme and everything makes a difference, bro. Like you fall into the right scheme, you fall into the right system, it will make you a star. It just is what it is. Wes Welker wasn't just some all-around beast, but he was in a system that fit him, and he fit the system, and hey, got a lot of things handled. He was one of the top wide receivers in the league for a while.
Yep.
So this next pick belongs to Max.
No, it's mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wait,
picking
wait.
Commandos.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to 32.
yeah, you Commanders.
I'm picking
Commanders.
Commandos. Yeah. Debo Samuel's in the Commandos. Terry McLaurin is
McLaurin.
in McLaurin, and it's
That's
crazy.
your
too.
Ohio State guy.
No, but listen, I went to school.
He only calls him
him
Scary
No,
Terry,
come
and he
on.
butchers everyone's name.
and I went to school with his first cousin. That's what's crazy. He went to our high school. His first cousin
Oh.
actually used to date my sister in high school.
You used to call him
Mike,
Mac.
is that
didn't you?
facts?
You used to call him
Is
Mac,
that
didn't
facts?
you?
No, and his name was Aaron McLaurin.
Oh,
He
I
dated
didn't know
my
that.
No, you just said
You
it
called
right.
him Mac.
Yeah, he dated my sister. He dated my sister in high school.
Hey,
so,
Mac.
So I'm looking at them, and okay, they got rid of Allen with a little long in the tooth at defensive tackle. They signed back their middle linebacker. You got to give that kid another weapon, man. You got to give that kid another weapon. Daniels is a beast. I mean, I tried to tell everybody last year he was quarterback one off the board. I wasn't sold on Caleb Williams, but I was sold on Daniels day one. B. Dirt will testify to that. I mean, I had to bet with a whole bunch of people about that, and I was like, I told y'all Daniels is a beast.
Don't forget, DQ is their coach.
Yeah,
Need a
yeah.
defensive guy.
And Cliff
They
Kingsbury
could use some
is their
defense.
nah. I'm about
I
to
mean,
mess the
their
draft up
defense
right
played
here.
out of their minds last year. Like I don't feel like that's another
The draft got
replicable.
messed up in the 6th pick.
Listen, I'm about to mess
I
it
know.
up big time
I know.
right here. I think they get this kid a weapon, and I think who they go get is Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0. Give me Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State University for the Commandos, because Austin Eckler's out of there, and now you got Robinson. You got your Sonic and your Knuckles. Robinson is your Knuckles. Travion is your Sonic. Throw the kid a screen, and it's 75 to the house. Give the kid an inside trap, 75 to the house. Travion Henderson is a difference maker for the Washington Commandos. Give me Trey.
Wow. Okay. Who did the Bears draft in this one?
We drafted I drafted the tackle Memu. I didn't love the pick, but I just we got to get Caleb Williams. Like let's just get, even if we have an extra one. I just thought about, remember when the Lions picked at 4 and we're all like, oh, they're gonna go Jamar Chase, and they all took Penei Sewell. And it's kind of like a culture thing. You think about the Bears, you think about big physical teams, and that's why I went with somebody who could be big and physical. You don't need another weapon for him. I think the problem.
Frustrated Chicago Bears didn't realize that at that point Campbell was gone, Banks was gone, and who else was gone? There was 3 tackles going at that point.
Oh, Will Campbell,
Banks.
No, he was the last tackle. Yeah, he was the 3rd tackle.
Let's just go ahead and get past this. So there you go. Kelvin Banks went before him, and then Armand went. So Will Campbell was gone. So there it is.
Breaking news: Josh Allen sets an NFL record by becoming the highest paid player in the NFL. $330 million.
How many years?
I'm about to research it and tell you here in a second. 6 years, $330 million extension.
55.
Jeez.
6 years, 55 a year.
Breaks the NFL record. He now becomes the NFL record. $250 million of the $330 million is guaranteed.
So that's perfect because we're right now on Buffalo draft pick. So you think about the fact that they went wide receiver last year. And how did their wide receiver core? You had Muhammad, you had Coleman. How did their
Shakir.
wide, and then you had Shakur, you had to pick up Amari Cooper late, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could use a running back because I don't know if this James Cook thing is going to get settled, and they just gave a lot of money to Josh Allen. And honestly, I wouldn't pay James Cook what he's asking. He's good. I like him.
He's good.
He ain't worth
definitely good. I don't know that he's worth it. But how were we last year as far as stopping the run? How was Buffalo as far as stopping the run?
Please, guys, let me take this because I have such strong feelings about this. We made a video on it. Buffalo.
I'll go ahead. I'll toss this one up. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, right? The Buffalo Bills do this thing every year where they pretend to get people who are going to help. Like they signed Von Miller a year late. He had nothing left. Von Miller has nothing left in the tank.
They cut him today.
Exactly. Because why? He doesn't produce. Every year they play against Baltimore, Kansas City, and you're like, Buffalo's easily not nearly as good as talent as these guys. They beat Baltimore, right? They're not as talented as Baltimore. I think we'd all agree. If you look at the roster, who's better? They need defense. They need difference makers. We need to stop hitting singles. Go take somebody with a low floor but a high ceiling because I'm so tired of watching them lose in playoff games. Their defense line, L. Oliver, he's not that great. Greg Rousseau, I like the guy a lot, but he's not no difference maker. He's not anyone elite on. There's not one player who's elite on their defense. Nobody. I love Matt Milano. I like Terrell Bernard. Is anyone there? Is there a Roquan Smith on that team? No. Is there a TJ Watt? No. Teron Johnson's an all-pro corner. He ain't a top 5 corner in the NFL. Let's be real.
That's facts, Max. That's facts.
Come on, man. I'm tired of this.
All hype.
Being on offense. Let's go. Who's good on offense? Who's elite? Name one elite player they have.
None.
Deion Dawkins, left tackle? Cool.
Nope.
Anyone else? No playmaker? Nobody?
Nope.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
all right.
Facts.
So go ahead. Who would you pick here? Because there's one or two people in my mind, but I'm sure you're gonna pick either one of those guys.
Honestly, if I'm them, I swing for the fences here. First of all, I don't wait my butt all the way to 30. I come up. Last year, I was PO'd when they dropped back. I was like, no, let's go with safety. Let's go get Sean's guy, Nick. I can't say I'm on a worry out of South Carolina.
Nicky Umenyiora.
Yeah, let's go get him. Let's go do something that might help our team and not just let's get a single.
Big G Butchers. That's the one he gets right.
Nicky Umenyiora. That's
my
dude, dog. That's my dude. I want him at Pittsburgh at 21. I want him at 21. I want Nicky Umenyiora at 21.
Great
bro.
pick, Max.
Great.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys agree with what I'm saying about Buffalo, but man, I'm so tired of them hitting singles.
Respect, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Respect. I respect it. I'm telling you, that's a great
I like it. I like your rant, Max. I loved it.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of people disrespecting Josh Allen because his team sucks. Let me rephrase. They don't suck. But let's be real. We're not like, man, the Eagles have like 10 all-pro type guys, right? Damn, they got really good pass. Does Buffalo ever do anything? You're like, wow, they really beat the crap out of a team. Oh, that's not bad. That's it.
Yeah. Buffalo needs help at safety. They can't keep anybody healthy.
That's
Max fixed that need. Long-rangey guy who's super fast and athletic. That will really help that secondary. No, this is B-Dirt. B-Dirt. Go ahead. Kansas City.
This is me?
Yeah.
All right. I just did the Lions.
I'll take
it. All right. No, Kansas City. Let's see. What's Kansas City's needs? I have no idea.
Tackle, defensive line, and a linebacker.
I mean, listen.
I think it's offensive line or receiver.
Offensive line or receiver. At this point in time, I would take Colston Loveland.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a great pick. Even though he won't be there in real life.
He won't. This isn't a real life pick.
No, that's the heir apparent. That's the heir apparent.
You got one more year. You run 12 personnel with him and Kelsey runs off into the sunset with Taylor after this year, and then your guys right there.
Yeah, I think
they need to tackle bad.
I think Kelsey's going back home, man.
I know there's no tackle on the board that I'm willing to take there. If they want to tackle, as soon as they see 2-3 come off early, and our draft went, I would trade up.
I don't think it's our draft. I think our draft wasn't high enough on the tackles because we know if Josh Simmons I think Josh Simmons is a good player, national champion. he won't be around at 26. Tackles will go long before, because there will be a team like the Chiefs who are going to offer the moon to go get a tackle.
Max, you know what I told Mod behind the scenes, and we're going to get some of our behind the scenes content up here pretty soon so you guys can see what we talk about behind the scenes. I told Mod that at 14, I believe that Tyler Warren is taken by the Colts. And after 14, you're going to see trades like you've never seen before in that first round. Because of what's happening right now. We're literally sitting here doing a mock draft. It's the eve of free agent frenzy. And how many times have we gave y'all breaking news where stuff is going crazy
Correct.
in the NFL?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree
so
with
I think at 14, after 14, it gets bananas. If there's not a super trade before then, if there's a super trade before then, maybe. But I think after 14, it gets crazy, bro.
I like
crazy.
the pick. I like the pick you just made. National champion too, which is nice.
Here you go. This is the last pick, and of course, it's by your champions, the Philadelphia Eagles.
My team.
team?
You know, let's just grab a bulldog, Jalen Walker. Let's just do it quick.
Oh, the dogs.
More dogs. More dogs.
Eagle dogs, the Eagle dogs, whatever you want to call them, the Eagle, whatever the hell,
you know what?
whatever acronym you want to put together.
I love my team. And I'm talking about from Pay to B-Dirt to Max to Tate. We don't put each other down for our squads. We don't call each other out our names for our squads. That's how we do it here at the KnoItAllz. And anybody who's a part of the KnoItAllz knows that. And if you got something to say that's derogatory, it won't be televised. It won't be even handled. So, basically we'll shut you out in the chat. I just want you to know that. But here's the draft. Here's the mock draft. Man, Abdul Carter at 1. Everybody agree with that?
They don't. I do. But I understand the reason why.
But let me rephrase the question. If you just feel like that it's never gonna happen like this, if you feel like it's never gonna happen like this, say, nah, that'll never happen. But if you could see it happening, don't comment.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say, obviously it's a mock draft. There's no trades. So like I think the important thing is like the teams we take, like the picks we make. Like I did this thing last year with our mock where it wasn't the right player, but it was the right position. And I think we all took people. There was no like, hey, let's draft Michael Penix. We just pay Kirk Cousins. There's no pick like that.
There was no pick like that because, hey.
Like, okay, even though I think Ahmad was off his rocker for picking Genty, there's still a world where we could all be like, well, they do need a running back. So it's not like out of this world.
That's facts.
And
like they could trade back and go get him.
It literally could happen. Yeah, so definitely there. So we had Abdul Carter, Cam Ward to the Broncos. Matter of fact, Max didn't get a chance to do this. Go ahead, Max. It's on you.
Which one? All of it?
All of it, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, so starting off with number 1, guys, we have the Tennessee Titans picking Abdul Carter, edge out of Penn State. Cleveland Browns select Cameron Ward, quarterback Miami. The New York Football Giants pick Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. New England Patriots pick cornerback / wide receiver Travis Hunter, just football player Travis Hunter.
Facts.
The Jacksonville Jaguars pick Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU. The Raiders pick Ashton Genty, halfback out of Boise State. The Jets pick Mason Graham, defensive line, Michigan. The Panthers, Kelvin Banks Jr., Texas, a tackle out of Texas. The Saints pick Tet McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. Really like that pick.
Hold it. Stop. Pause. Time out. Breaking news. Pittsburgh Steelers have acquired Pro Bowl wide receiver DK Metcalf. Steelers are expected to give up 2nd and 4th round picks in this year's draft.
Who reported that, G?
Tom Presco. It's done. It's a done deal. Hold it. It just happened. We broke the news live on the KnoItAllz podcast. DK Metcalf is officially a Pittsburgh freaking Steeler. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
I guess they don't care about. I guess they don't care about character at all for the receivers in Pittsburgh.
Let's go.
George Pitt. You know what gives me confidence? The DK Metcalf and George Pickens. Man, those guys will never complain about anything, right? Those guys will be like just professionals.
DK Metcalf is a Steeler. Let's freaking go, baby.
So let's
go.
So, let me ask Mod and you. who kills the quarterback first, George Pickens or DK Metcalf?
They don't have a quarterback. They've got Skylar Thompson.
Who's more mad? Who gets mad first?
I think they're going to trade Pickens and get picks. I think we're going to trade picks. And I think, and I've been saying it all along, the Green Bay Packers are in love with George Pickens.
I don't think anyone's in love. I think George Pickens is an acquired taste.
I'm telling you.
He really is.
I think
so. Like in my mind, G's just picturing a scenario where Pickens is freaking out and Metcalf's like, "Hey, dude, calm down." That's what's gonna happen.
All we did is gave up.
Gave up
one pick.
Just keep level head.
It's official. We gave up one pick.
So what pick was that?
We gave up our second round. It's the largest deal in franchise history.
Wow.
Let me. I'll finish the draft. We can talk about it. So we have the Bears at 10, picking Armand Mebu. I'm sorry, I can't say that name. Tackle out of Missouri. San Francisco 49ers take edge out of Tennessee. James Pierce Jr. Really like that pick. Hope it doesn't happen because I hate the Niners. Cowboys pick national champion Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver out of Ohio State. The Dolphins pick Malachi Stark, safety, Georgia, national champion. Tyler Warren out of Penn State goes to the Colts. The Falcons pick Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan, national champion. The Arizona Cardinals pick national champion Kenneth Grant out of Michigan, D lineman. Can you scroll up, Mod? I can't see 17. Thank you. The Bengals pick Jahad Campbell out of Alabama. I like that pick a lot. The Seattle Seahawks pick Matthew Golden, receiver out of Texas. The Bucks pick Jahdae Barron, cornerback, Texas. Luther Burden III, wide receiver out of Missouri, go to the Broncos. Steelers pick Darren Harmon out of Oregon, defensive lineman. The Chargers pick Omarion Hampton, running back out of North Carolina. Green Bay picks Georgia, defensive edge, Michael Williams. Look at those two G's. It looks funny. The Vikings pick Walter Noland, Ole Miss D tackle. The Texans pick Tyler Booker, the best guard in the draft out of Alabama. The Rams pick Josh Simmons, national champion out of Ohio State. Mike Green, edge out of Marshall to the Ravens. The Lions at 28 pick Shamar Stewart, edge out of Texas A&M. The Washington Commanders at pick 29 pick Travion Henderson out of Ohio State. The Bills pick Nick. Go ahead, say it, Sean. I can't say his name.
Nicky Umanura.
Thank you. Out of South Carolina. The Chiefs pick national champion Colston Loveland out of Michigan. And the Eagles, Super Bowl champions, pick Jalen Walker, linebacker out of Georgia. Jeez, all 32.
Yes. Brent Howell. Yes, the Steelers did just get Metcalf.
It fits right in with their diva wide receivers of all time.
Right.
AB,
so let me ask Metcalf. You guys. Let me ask you guys. What is two questions? Well, first of all, we always do a speed round, so this is gonna be my speed round. I'm gonna go through and ask each one of you a question. B-Dirt with the shades, stunner shades on, man.
These are the turnover. Will Johnson's turnover buffs. I was showing my Will Johnson National Championship mini helmet signed here.
Love it.
Will, so.
Hey, B-Dirt. Can I say this to B-Dirt before?
No. Hold on.
No. Seriously, it's just something I need to say.
Round.
No, it's not a question.
Go ahead.
B-Dirt. Your skin is still a real deal, dog. Congratulations for all them first round draft picks. They the real deal. They the real deal, B-Dirt.
So here we go.
Real deal.
B-Dirt. Out of these 32 picks that we picked on this mock draft, of course, it's a mock. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. Who do you feel is a lock? Who do you feel like this position, this team is definitely going here?
Ooh, that's a tough one because you kind of screwed up.
Facts.
Look here. Oh man. Nope. No.
I know it's your question. I think Malachi Starks is like probably the best player to fall. Like Kyle Hamilton fell. I think Malachi Starks will follow in his like fall as a safety.
You think he'll fall farther back in the draft?
No, I think he's like a top 10 player and he's already fallen to 13. Like I like Kyle Hamilton. So that'd be a good one.
You think he lands there though? He's saying, who do we get right? Who do we get right?
I think we got Malachi Starks right. I think he will fall to Miami. I think that's a good one.
All right. So B-Dirt, since Max answered that question, if we got it right, which one of these players would help their team the most?
Which draft pick helps their team the most? Man. I mean, I hate to call out my own. I think James Pierce Jr. at San Francisco is a
automatic
home run.
Automatic difference maker, huh?
I think it's a home run.
I think he could go from like pick 5 to pick 30. Like that's the range because he's so like mercurial.
Yeah. The other one I would have to say, because of having a quarterback there and having another weapon, I honestly, I like your pick of Emeka Egbuka. I don't think it's going to happen there, but I think he would help the team a lot offensively.
Absolutely.
But you also need to stop the run at some point in time.
All right. So Big G, talk to me. Who would you, based on who we picked, who would you like to switch? What 2 players you would switch that think makes more sense? You switch their position, you put them at this team, they'll have that team better than the person that was selected at that place.
I think if you switch, Will Campbell and Travis Hunter around, that's a better fit. Now looking back at the draft from a retrospective standpoint, I think that you got to take Will Campbell to protect Drake May. You have to do that, But Travis Hunter is generational. Yeah. But I could see Travis Hunter fitting with Jacksonville better, and Will Campbell fitting with the Patriots better. So if I had to switch, that's the 2 I switch.
Max, BPA, best player available in this draft, based in the draft that we just made, not in the draft that we made. Best player available.
Like best player, like out of the picks, or best player like off who we didn't pick.
Player out of the picks. That's the next question. Is the best player that didn't get picked?
The best player I think is Travis Hunter.
Okay. Wow.
And actually, I have a quick question for you guys about Travis Hunter. Is there a way we see him fall in the draft? And I say that because, I mean, the only other player, and he's not even close, is Isaiah Simmons, someone who didn't really have a position. It was like the slot corner to linebacker to safety. We kind of see him didn't pan out. Do we see a world where Travis Hunter falls maybe to 10? Is there a world where we see that?
I've been telling Mod that, Max. I've been telling Mod that.
I think there's a world where Shedeur falls. I don't think it's a world where we see Travis fall at all. Not out of the top 10. I don't see him falling out of the top 10 at all.
Okay.
B-Dirt, best player didn't get drafted based on our mock draft. Best player
that we didn't draft. Donovan didn't get drafted, right? From Boston College?
No, he didn't get drafted.
No, he didn't.
I would say him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Edge rusher.
Okay. Like it. So going into this draft, we already know who we think the best. Max said the best player to him is Travis Hunter. Who's the most underrated player? Who do you guys think? Oh man, this is a sneaky pick. If we're looking at the top 50 or the top 100 on the draft board, let me see if I could get that up for us real quick.
You can make the case it'd be a guy like Jackson Dart, who probably won't go in the first round.
Immediately think of him. I think he's going to be the best. I've said this and I'm taking some guff for it, but I think he's going to be the best quarterback out of this class.
So I have me and Juan. For people who don't know, you should check out MJC Sports YouTube. We do every position group breakdown, and we haven't done our quarterbacks. We're going to be taping it in the immediate future. But watching Jackson Dart's tape and Shedeur's, I think his highs are much higher than Shedeur's, much higher. But I think Shedeur plays the position better, right? Like he's hitting the checkdowns, he's doing all the little things right, and Jackson Dart at times kind of falls off, but bigger, stronger, faster. It's tough. I'm still evaluating.
You're saying, Mod, the question is who's the best player value on the board?
No, underrated. Who you think is the most underrated player on this board? You're saying, hey, this guy is a steal. You get him late, he's gonna be a good player.
I think Higgins, the wide receiver out of Iowa State University.
That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Higgins is going to be an early. If he doesn't go in the first round, I think right after 33, once teams do evaluation, it's going to be all skilled players. Like I think from like 33 to like 50 something, you're going to see skilled players out the wazoo, and wide receivers, running backs, and Higgins is a steal. He's 6'4", 217. He's a legit 4'4" guy, and his tape matches. So run it, man, run it. Higgins. If Higgins, well, we just gave up our second for DK, but if we'd have kept our second, yeah, Higgins would have been that dude. But I ain't tripping because we got DK Metcalf, so I don't even give it. We got DK. I don't even give a damn. We got DK. Let's go. Let's go.
Be dirt.
Yeah.
You give me yours.
Well, probably one of the.
I stole it. I'm sorry.
No, well, what's the linebacker out of Notre Dame? I'm blanking on his name. He's going to go like the 5th round.
Oh, the middle linebacker. What's his name? Oh Lord, I can't think of his name too, man. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up, B-Dirt. Keep talking, bro. I can't think of his name.
Hold on, I know I've got it in here because I did.
Kaiser. That's his name.
I think Kaiser's going to have a very good professional career, and I think he's probably going to go in the 5th round.
You talking about the guy that's going to be professional and like be fall and not won't be.
Okay, Max, who do you think most underrated player to you?
I said it, Jackson Dart. I think
Jackson
Jackson Dart's really underrated. Yeah.
I gotta remember his name. I'm trying to remember his name. As soon as I describe him, Big G will know who I'm talking about. I think he made money at the combine. I think he was a really good run stopping defensive lineman. It's your guy from Nebraska,
Robinson.
Ty Robinson. Yeah.
Ty Robinson, defensive tackle, Nebraska.
I think Ty Robinson is going to be a great. I mean, you'll find him available the 4th or the 5th. That guy can really help your team, man. If you want to stop the run and get pressure up the middle, that's a guy. That's what you call a dude. And I think he'll be successful in the NFL this year and definitely be one of your. Hey, I can find this guy in the 4th or 5th round, and he's going to be a difference maker on my team immediately.
And not to be a homer, but I would tell you, dude, I think it's going to be a difference maker in the NFL too. And it's underrated. Latham Ransom, safety out of Ohio State. Ransom is a beast, man. When you go and put the tape onto that dude, man, he's a killer, man.
Yeah, Ransom and Makuba both are underrated in their. I mean, for real, at their position, these guys played their hearts out this year. So
yeah,
I think there'll be additions to the team. Hey, parting shots, bro. Parting shots. I'll let you go first. B Dirt, you give us your parting shot.
All right. So my parting shot is this. About 16 hours from now, this will be completely mute. There's going to be a lot of movement going around this off season. Free agent signings, trades. When we get closer to draft time, the draft trades I think are going to be pretty hot this year. So there's no off season in the NFL anymore.
Facts.
They're really lenient on tampering. They let people talk. There's a lot going on out there. So to me, a lot will change. Gonna be good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. Max, parting shot, bro.
Parting shot is just thank you guys for having me. And just remember, guys, it's a mock draft. There's people who do a mock draft a week. Everything will change. The order will change. I don't think I've ever lived through a draft where there was nothing. Nothing happened. Crazy. I still remember one of the first ones I was really invested to, Laramie Tunsil. Picture of him in a gas mask leak, dropped him from 1 to maybe 14. So there's stuff we don't know about yet that the teams know and all the interviews. And there will be a first round player. Let's just take Ashton Genty. Oh, we'll hear like 2 days before the draft, he's got a stress fracture in his big right toe and he might fall down the board. We'll hear stuff like that. So just prepare yourself for it.
Yeah. John Caldwell, that Mike Tomlin video at Justin Fields Pro Day rings through my head. You know who we came to see, and proceeds to bench Fields for nursing home Russ. My parting shot. Oh, that was strong, John. You came in strong. You came in strong for your parting shot. Black and Gold Standard. Man, hope you get to feeling better as well. Dark played against all these talented players in the SEC, and Ward and Sanders played in much weaker competition. True, but I mean, their arms are lively. These are really two good. Cam Ward is an old guy, which means that, you know, the older these guys are coming in, they're more pro ready, right? And that's, you know, he has a lively arm. He can throw from different angles. Shador, his completion percentage is out of this world. So, I mean, he's a really poised quarterback. You won't see him doing those childish things like turn around, running for forever, trying to get away. If you put a good line in front of him, he's going to be a good quarterback. So, you know, definitely, I understand what you're saying there, and I give it to you. But he said, anyway, you guys hear about the Steelers trading for DK Metcalf.
No, what happened?
Earlier. We talked about that earlier. Big G, parting shot.
Parting shot is, man, thank you guys again for rocking out B-Dirt and Max, man. We couldn't have done this without you. Tate, man, once again, congratulations. Pay, I know you out there in them streets, so we turning it up for the Bears as well, man. So I appreciate it.
Fun day for Pay, you know.
Payday, absolutely, bro. So I appreciate it, man. And we have fun every year with the mock draft. It's what we do. It's what we get on the KnoItAllz. So anybody that came on us for first time, because I've seen a lot of people that we've never seen in our live chat before, make sure you subscribe before you leave off the channel. Help us. Share with a friend. Talk to it, because you're going to get this type of stuff every Sunday with the KnoItAllz. Now we have officially moved the Level Up College Football Podcast to Mondays on this channel. So tomorrow night, me, Sarah C, and Andy P will be talking all college football. Level Up College Football will be on tomorrow night. And then you can also see me and Tate before we go live with Pump Your Brakes. You can come to the KnoItAllz channel and see Smash the Gas. And I already told Mon, if the Steelers wouldn't have made some type of move and not got no quarterback, ski skirts and Air Force Ones was going to be on the show on Wednesday, dog, because I was going to put a hit out on the Pittsburgh Steelers brass. But now I can calm down a little bit. We still got some moves to make. So
thank God we didn't see you crash out. Thank God.
Oh, bro, I was at Smash the Gas. I was crashing out with the ski skirt, dog.
No, you didn't totally crash out. Claude Bishop said, "Hey, Mike, get rid of T and Tate and keep Max, and you'll never have another terrible show."
So, Mon, Matrix, please and thank you. Please and thank you for the Matrix.
I don't think we should punish someone for being right. I don't.
No,
think that's
let the fans that's never seen the Matrix, let them see the Matrix. No, that's the old country. I'm talking about the new country. Let them. Yeah, you can't run it through the old country. You got to put him in the new country. I appreciate you. Right. So now listen. I think, and like I said, this is going to be the wildest all season you've ever seen before. This is about to get nuts. We're just tipping the surface. So the next 48 hours, man, stay posted. Bat signals are out, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers is about to turn this thing around. We got bread. We making moves. Let's do what we do. Let's go, Steeler Nation. Let's go.
He said, I remember my wishing all the worst things for Jerry Jones, all of those things for Tomlin and Rooney. He said he wished all those things for Tomlin and Rooney.
I don't. They doing all right.
Said Max, they hate the truth.
They do. They do.
Max, you're crazy. For me, shout out. I just want to say shout out to Tim Lyons, Claude Bishop, S. Dresden, all of the guys that stayed in the chat, Gavin Anthony, John Caldwell, Black and Gold Standard, Mr. Woodside. It was good seeing you here. Kenneth McNair, Afton, Chat General, everybody who stayed in the chat with us this whole time. We really appreciate y'all. Love y'all to the max. You know, I got to give some love to a freshman in high school, bro. It's track season. Freshman in high school, Duncanville, Texas, ran a 9.9, and he celebrated the last 3 steps of the race. 9.9, and they call it win 8 10-2, but he's a freshman in high school, and he's running a 9.9. Unbelievable speed. And when track season hits here in Texas, you get a chance to see these young football players who run track. You get a chance to see their speed, and a couple of guys in that heat. A 10.4 was the 8th best. That's crazy. A 10.4 was the 8th best in that race. That's ridiculous.
Ma, did you see what Tim?
It's great. It's so good.
Tim, you got to come check out MJC Sports, bro.
Put Tim Lyons
It's such
up
a
there.
fun place.
No, Tim Lyons.
Max, Tim does Running Through the Jungle with me.
Oh, I never see. I don't typically go for Bengal fans, but I gotta check y'all out.
So we can show the lieutenant governor could you officially escort?
He's there. It's fine.
Escort him, bro. Escort him over there.
He saw his picture earlier. He said,
"Peace, have a great week."
And he said, "I hope I step on a Lego." He said, "I hope I step on a Lego." Escort that boy to the Matrix, bro. Please and thank you. Put him in the Matrix,
bro.
Put him over there, bro. Put him over there, man.
I can't put him in it.
You luck, Tim. You lucky I ain't in the controls, dog.
Hey, you know how excited you are about getting DK Metcalf for a second right now?
George
I'm gonna
Pickens.
be just that excited if the Steelers sign your boy Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Oh
yeah,
my God.
DK
I'll have
Metcalf
that same
sure
energy you got right now, G. I'll just be wearing black and orange.
I'm sure DK is gonna love the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, him and George Pickens, those guys never crash out.
Oh
all
my
the
God.
time.
I'm just
Over
say,
Skylar
you know what,
Thompson.
Max? I think the question you asked, I think it would be DK who crashes out first. DK will crash out first. I mean,
that's like gasoline and matches.
Well,
you
let
have
me
a
ask you a
match and
question.
you have
Let me ask you a
gasoline.
question. If it's Sam Darnold, and you got DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and you still add another wide receiver like a Darius Slayton, now what?
8-9.
Is your OC going to be Kevin O'Connell again, or is it going to be just the same old crap you have?
I'm just saying.
The OCs
listen.
matter, man. The OC matters. Kevin O'Connell is
matters.
one of the premier guys. It matters.
I answered
It
the
matters.
question honestly, G. 8-9.
Yeah, as Dresden said, I hope Tomlin's
Y'all
Sprite
some
has no bubbles. I hope his steak is
Realist.
medium rare on the outside and well done on the inside.
S. Dresden, you a hater. You're a hater, S. Dresden. You're a
Oh
hater.
my goodness.
What's up, Relly? Relly Hall in the house. What's up, Relly?
What's up,
All right,
Rel?
you guys. You got anything before we wrap this show up?
Nah, we appreciate it.
No.
Again. Check us out tomorrow, Monday, Level Up College Football Podcast, live at 6 o'clock. Check us out tomorrow.
Hey, man, Tate, again, we hate you weren't here to show. I think, again, B-Dirt, I think Max, shout out to Juan. Make sure that you go subscribe to the Max and Juan cast. They do great work. I'm talking about great work. If you get a chance to see some of their videos, I'm always in awe of their production work. They do great work, and I appreciate Max is very smart. Sometimes very smart, says some really witty things.
Says the guy who took Ashton Jenkins.
Ashton Jenkins. Facts, Max,
Yeah.
facts.
He's really
Okay.
smart sometimes. But yeah, for myself, for G, for Max, for Juan, for Tate, we'll see you guys later. We out of here. Peace.